So I didn't see anything in the pictures for this estate sale that I typically sell, but everything at this sale is vintage. Like, it is absolutely crazy. I've never seen a listing like this. Well, at least near me. This house is like a time capsule. I'll show you how it is set up. I'm going to assume this house is absolutely packed. And then there's stuff in the backyard too. So even though I was number 18 on the list, I waited almost 10 minutes to get into this house. For whatever reason, they were only letting 5 people in and then waiting about 5 minutes to let another 5 people in. I asked the lady outside letting us all in if there were any old perfumes, and she mentioned this one on the windowsill in the kitchen, so that was my first stop. But this is going to be an Avon item that I went ahead and put back. The kitchen had some really cool vintage pieces, but nothing that was worth too much, so I don't end up picking up anything in the kitchen. I do eyeball this fork and spoon, but they're kind of greasy, and I don't like cleaning stuff up, so I do not pick those up. And then this Jadette stuff was just priced a little too high to resell. Now, I just walked past all the glassware because absolutely nobody was looking at it, so I figure I'm going to look through the rest of the house, look for some bolos, and then go back to the glassware. I need to Google image this. This tiny bedroom is where all the Christmas stuff was, and I'm going to assume that a lot of the people who walked in first, this is what they were here for, because this little bedroom was packed with people, and I just had to get out of there. It was way too many people in a small space for me. These are just your basic Revereware and Farberware pots and pans, and the market is just way too saturated for me. A few years ago, I would have bought all of these, but now I don't pick up any Revere or Farberware pots and pans. If this would have been a branded ice tray, I would have picked it up, but it didn't have a brand name, so I did not pick that one up. Now, I did end up buying all of this vintage wall art. I haven't listed it, I haven't comped it either. So I'm gonna go ahead and comp it right now for this video, and fingers crossed that it's actually worth something. I'm sure these will be slower sellers for sure. So after looking up comps for this video, I have decided I'm gonna list the Raggedy Ann and Andy set for probably around 15 plus shipping, and then the train set for somewhere around 20 to 25 plus shipping, and then I always offer best offer. And then the schoolgirl with the school in the background, I'll probably list those for somewhere around $12 or best offer. And I only end up paying $5 for all of these, so that's not too bad of a pickup. So I do end up picking up these jarts, and they sold very quickly, but I only sell them for parts. I do not include the metal pieces because they have been recalled, and that is an eBay policy violation. I contemplated buying all of these chairs for a while. I sold so many of these 2 summers ago, but I hate shipping these. So I decided to pass on all of them. But if you don't mind shipping these chairs, you can make some big money on these, especially on matching sets during the summertime. These pots and pans were such a great deal, but there just weren't any quick movers in any of these boxes, and I'm really focusing on buying items that are going to sell fast, and it's really working for me this summer. My sales are up 45% right now. And I'm sure the fact that I've recently hired my daughter to draft almost all of my listings has contributed tremendously to my sales increasing 45%. But again, me picking up items that are gonna sell quickly has definitely helped my numbers as well. I was really hoping to buy a lot at this estate sale, but the jarts and then the wall plaques were all that I end up picking up, and then I hit up a whole bunch of garage sales after this. At the first sale, I spot this glassware right away. So this piece is going to be at L.E. Smith, and I have mine listed for $60 or best offer. I used Google Image to identify that cake plate. Uranium glass is kind of hit or miss. The only reason I picked this stuff up is because it's priced so cheap. I should be able to get around $50 for everything once it sells, but it probably will take a little while to sell. I spot this bag of mini perfumes right away. Don't pass up on minis. They can bring in some really good money. So there's about 3 of these Estee Lauder Pleasures in here. I'll sell them for around 10 a piece. But the big money maker is this little Estee Lauder Beyond Paradise. This is definitely a bolo scent. I'll get around 20 to 25 for a 0.14 fluid ounce bottle of that perfume. Altogether, that little bag has around $100 worth of perfumes in it, and I only pay $1 for it. This camera is the last thing that I pick up at this sale. I only end up paying $10 for it. I was kind of eyeballing it for a while. She said if I wanted it, I could have it for $10. So I went ahead and purchased it. I don't know much about cameras, but they're really easy to look up. I will test this as far as I can. Obviously, I'm not going to put film in it, have film developed, but I will throw some batteries in, test it, make sure all the functions are working that I can test. I plan to list it for around $80. Okay, you guys, so I was not recording. Forgot my phone in the car, but I just paid $50 for this McDonald's display from the 90s. So I have no idea what it's worth, so we'll have to look this up. Only 2 of these hair products are new, so I can't list these on eBay. My plan is to lot these all together and get them listed on Mercari. I'm going to ask $35 or best offer on all of these as one lot. I also pick up this Too Faced blush palette. This was only $4 and the last one sold for $30 plus shipping. This is brand new, so I will be listing this one on eBay.
How much is this been? $2 then?
Yep.
Yeah.
This was one of my best stops of the weekend. I love when people don't just toss out these items. They put them for sale at their garage sales. So I picked these 2 John Friedas up, and they both sold very quickly. I looked this one up, but I put it back. It wasn't worth anything. The best part about items like this is that they're always priced very cheap at garage sales and estate sales. So I pick up this perfume. I only pay $0.25 for it, and this one sells quickly as well.
I had a pair of sunglasses in here. I don't know what I did with them.
This one was only 50 cents, thankfully, because that ended up being a bust. I did purchase it, and I probably shouldn't have. I grabbed one more product, plus this Olay Definity Pore Scrub, and I head to the next sale.
It's supposed to be screwed.
Even though this box says that this VCR is new, it actually isn't, but it's still a great deal. I paid $20 for this, and I just got this listed today. I figure if this comp is for $80, I should be able to get around $120 for mine, no problem. So I listed mine for $120 or best offer plus shipping. I usually do not look at jewelry, but there were quite a few beautiful pieces in this little box, especially this bracelet, and it was marked sterling. Now, I haven't listed any of this, but there ends up being 4 pieces of sterling silver in this lot. I only paid $10, and I think everything is worth around $120, $130. Now, this is an overpriced estate sale, and usually I wouldn't share this type of content because I bought absolutely nothing from this sale because the prices were ridiculous, but I just had to share this with you guys. This was a family-run estate sale, so no company was working this. This was just a family who came in and priced their items, which usually are priced very low, and I love these types of sales, but definitely have to know your market and understand that just because you see a price online, that doesn't mean it's feasible in a town of maybe 20,000 people, and if you're lucky, maybe, just maybe, 5% of that population will come out to your sale. Versus selling something on eBay where you have the potential of millions of people to see your item. So when I first walked into the sale, I didn't even pay attention to the prices on the furniture because I am not interested in reselling any furniture. So I just kind of walked past, went into the house, and when I was leaving, I just decided to glance at the furniture, check out the prices, and they were priced very, very high. I ended up calling it a day after this, but there is a community sale the next day, and the next few clips are from those sales. This couple always has the greatest stuff at their sale every single year. The only thing I end up picking up are these Pyrex bowls, but these also sold very quickly for me once I did get these listed. These were in very good condition, no chips, no cracks, not too many utensil marks on the inside of the bowls. I will post a video in my shorts on how I pack and ship these as well in the next couple of days. So this was a new one to me, Ransbottom Pottery, and whenever I find an item that I've never seen before, never heard of the brand before, I always look it up. These had less than a 10% sell-through rate, so I left that behind. Now, I haven't sold any of these in a while because I haven't found any of these in a while. These are the Rubbermaid vintage drying racks, and I only pay $1.50 for this, and just the top piece without the bottom mat will sell for around $60. I end up just listing it all together and asking $60 for it. So I need to get this cleaned up, but I only paid 50 cents for this scrubbing bubble shower cleaner, and I'm probably going to list mine for somewhere around $30 plus shipping just because that comp had a brand new bottle of the cleaner with it. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end this video today, but I do have so many more clips from garage sailing this weekend, and a lot of my items have already sold that I picked up. I believe this was 2 weekends ago. So today I started garage sailing a community sale that has 140 garage sales. So this is a huge sale every year, very close to me, and I always do really good at these sales. I do have a map online, so tonight I'm gonna kind of like look over the map and try to decide my route because I hate missing sales. The best route for me to kind of start on the outskirts and then kind of work my way into town. But for the most part, this is a pretty spread out town. There really is no like downtown area. So it should be a little more lax even though there's 140 sales. Like I shouldn't get trapped into neighborhoods like I was in Freeland at those sales. Now if you're interested in more information on discontinued products like the ones that I found in this video, I do have a Bolo subscriber group on Facebook, and I share that same information on my Patreon account as well with the Bolo membership over there. In my Patreon shop, I also have Bolo lists that you can purchase for $10 a piece. My latest one was 30 discontinued health and beauty items, and I have what they're selling for, pictures of them, and then comps. I am going to put out another video on Friday, usually on Tuesday, Thursday. This week was just crazy. Last week was crazy. So I will be putting out another video this Friday, and that video is a huge haul that I had at an estate sale. It is all discontinued and vintage health and beauty items, a lot of lipsticks, soaps. I want to say it was like 8 sets of hot rollers. So this company always prices their stuff outrageous, and then they always have a 90% off day. So on 90% off day, I spent, I believe it was almost $39. So it's a really big haul. I have sold quite a bit already. I'm really excited to get that video together for you guys, and I will be putting that out Friday. I'm going to put it out early on Friday. I want to have it out by probably 10 a.m. Friday morning. So keep an eye out for that video. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing just so you don't miss any of these videos. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you on my next video on Friday.